Hey, it's been a minute. I have been dealing with fibromyalgia flares, pain flares, fatigue. Been dealing with a lot of pain and fatigue. And yeah, that put me on a commission for a minute. Okay, I just passed a little mini bus called Bus It Baby. Alrighty, advertising. So, yeah, I'm Stevie Michaels, author of Third Time My Charm, available on Amazon and trulypoeticinc.com. I've been talking about my dating disasters and woes, and it's so funny. My friends have been calling me and texting me to tell certain stories that they remember that I've had with certain people. So they're like, remember that time you dated old boy, or what's that guy's name that you went out with, that blah blah blah. So they gave me some more ideas of which stories to tell. I do want to say that, again, I'm only doing this because in my new book called No Charms Here, I'm analyzing different guys that I've dated and why I feel they're not ready to date. I'm not trying to say all men aren't ready to date. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I'm not trying to put all men in the same category. I wouldn't do that. Just like, I would appreciate if y'all wouldn't put all women in the same category. I know there are some men that are ready and willing and able and a perfect candidate for a good relationship. I just haven't found him yet. So I have gotten off these dating apps, and I am on the Lord's dating app right now because I am relying on him to send the guy to me. He knows what I need. He knows what I want. So I'm just going to be patient. Right now, I'm busy doing some other things in my life, so I can wait. It just would have been nice to have a companion to be with me so that we can do these things together, or I can share my journey with him. But I can wait. I'm good. So, yeah. I've learned a lot of things along my way of trying to find the right guy. And as a matter of fact, I mentioned in one of the other videos as to why I don't particularly like to have a full-fledged sit-down dinner date or meal date. I learned that the hard way. And yeah, that experience was a little humorous, needless to say. We're going to call this the Caribbean date. No, I'll just say the tropical date, because I don't want people to think that this is against Caribbean men, because that's not it at all. So I met this guy on a dating site, of course, and we were this was some time ago, this wasn't recent, and we had good connection. We were texting and everything via the dating app, and then switched to the phone. Really nice guy, seemed to be respectful. He would call me and talk to me, and different times of the day, at work, whatever. Text, good English in texting. I got a problem with that. Have a problem with people who text stuff that just does not make sense. So we had good conversation and everything, and he wanted to connect very soon and see each other very soon, and we just couldn't get our schedules right to make that happen. So, oh shoot, it's my turn. I can still go this way. So anyway, like I said, we were having good convo. We were trying to figure out when we were going to connect, to go out and see each other in person. We had traded pictures and all that stuff, and you know, everything was just going good. So we finally decided that we were going to meet for lunch because he worked nearby near this restaurant called Bahama Breeze. And I hadn't been there before at that particular time, and I was interested in going. It's a very, very cute restaurant. Real tropical, like it gives you the feeling of being on vacation, and because like been to Jamaica or the Bahamas or something like that, and you go to one of their restaurants, and it has like authentic, the music, the way they're dressed, the way it smelled, you know, how they present their drinks. It was great, great, great. So we meet there for lunch, and sorry about the phone shaking. I'm driving and the road is a tad bumpy, but we meet there for lunch, and you know, he looks like the picture. I was like, okay, all right, we going somewhere. You know, he was satisfied with the way I look because I looked like my picture. And so we were sitting down talking and really connecting. You know, we had cocktails and ordered some food, and the food was really good. And, you know, as we were eating, we were still conversing and stuff. And honey, you know how on TV shows and stuff where people are at the party and they dancing, and then somebody bumped the table and the record scratches? Yeah. We had somebody to bump the table and scratch the record because he decided to mention that he wanted us to see each other again, but it was going to be hard because of the way his life was set up. So I'm like, here we go. Damn, you know, every time you think something is going good, one shoe got to drop. So I'm like, what do you mean by the way your life is set up right now, sir? What's going on? So he proceeds to tell me that, you know, he's very involved with his kids, and they play basketball, and you know, they travel and stuff, and you know, they do a lot with the leagues and everything. And so it was going to take some time to get that portion of the schedule together so that he can, you know, have free time for that, because that was one of the reasons why it was so hard for us to connect. And then I'm like, okay, that doesn't sound bad. You know, at the time, you know, my sons were still in school, and I was like, I get it, I understand. You know, I have school-age children, and well, they were high school, but and college. And I said, I get it, you know, I understand. Now what? So then he decides to tell me, yeah, I'm actually in the process of getting a divorce. I was like, okay, he didn't mention that, because I always try to ask those questions right off. And I was like, what do you mean by you're in the process of getting a divorce? He's like, well, I'm separated, but our divorce isn't final yet. We're still, you know, battling those things in court, and you know, it's just not final yet. Okay, I've been there because I've been married and divorced before. I know the relationship is over before it's really over, and sometimes divorces can take up to a year, sometimes longer, depending on what you're trying to accomplish and settle in the agreement. So what do you mean, sir? What come on now, come on, just, you're right there, walk through the door, just stop standing in the threshold, cross over the threshold, sir, so I can get on with this.